Get access to exclusive videos and more, and support the channel on patreon.com/manlightfoot.
Huh? Pass them to me? Come on. I will shoot you.
Hey yo, having a black man say that to a little white boy is crazy works, especially when it's the other way around IRL. You ever have a movie you've known about for the longest, like even seen through zeitgeist but never actually watched? Monster House is just that movie for me. I wanted to start going over older movies for these reviews since covering new stuff can get pretty dry after a while, so why not start with a film that's been around for not that long but still left a significant impact. Plus, it fits into the Halloween season, which we gotta celebrate where we can since Christmas is basically eating it. Monster House has been basically a classic for many growing up when it dropped in 06. I constantly saw ads for this movie coming to theaters. Then when it left theaters, it reran on TV so much I inadvertently got spoiled on the movie's mystery. Yay. Which is a good mystery and a twist, but God, what an experience it would have been to see it in theaters. I was so cheated. By myself since I chose not to ask my mom to take me to see it. But it's neither here nor there. I ain't hate it or nothing, it's just I didn't feel like watching it at the time. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I've gone so long without sitting down and watching this film. It got so much praise with countless memes made about it that even if I didn't have context, it still got a good laugh out of me. Oh, except that part, even in context, I'm lost on this. It's a movie that managed to solidify itself within the animation space without making the biggest waves. And it's a kid's horror movie, just a nice cherry on top that puts it up there with other family horror classics like your Coralines, your Corpse Brides, your Hotel Transylvanias, your animated Addams Family if you're feeling gross. So I finally decided to properly sit down with this movie to put all the hype around it into context. Honestly, can say I really do get the hype, which I'm sure most of y'all are probably thinking, duh nigga. This movie seemed like a simple B-tier animated film to me when it first came out, like Ant Bully or Strange Music, so I was surprised some years later to see it has such a strong love for it. I heard it's one of those family horrors that justify the PG rating, and yeah, it does.
Well, Dad, why don't you kiss my hairy butt? Hey, DJ, got any beer?
Go in the house.
I wasn't shocked to see that was true, though I think the end credits sort of messes that up a bit, but man is all the better for one to properly frighten the shit out of kids. So what's the story? For all two of you that don't know, it revolves around these three kids named DJ, we can all admit that name doesn't fit this kid, Chowder, I don't know what was wrong with DJ for giving him that name, and Jenny from the block, Jenny, that have to take on an old man named Nevercracker who lives in a haunted house that's been known for taking people's stuff. But after the old man has a heart attack because of DJ,
Say what?
and is sent to the hospital, the house starts eating people on their street. But sadly no one believes the kids, which leaves people to fall prey to the house. So now it's up to the kids to destroy this evil house and save their neighborhood. It's a fairly simple premise admittedly, but it's one that gets everything it can out of it. From the off-kilter people, to the unlikely trio of the kids, to the great sense of peril. You get hooked into this movie pretty quickly. There's not that many settings in this film now that I think about it. It's easy to forget because the movie is so well paced. There are max 4 different locations these characters go to, and most of them are small walks from each other. But somehow it manages to work and make you think this is a bigger world than it actually is. That speaks to how engaging the story and the characters are. It wraps you in with the mystery of the house and what's up with the old man living in it. They don't start off right away with the house eating people. It builds to it by misleading you into thinking Nevercracker is the true villain. Even if you saw previews for the movie, you still wouldn't guess from the start where exactly they were gonna go. They take full advantage of this house being alive, even down to giving it anatomy, and not in the internet way. Though I'm sure Rule 34 of this house exists out there somewhere. Please nobody in the comments confirm this. I don't need that imagery floating in my head. The kids are a great trio. DJ is that tween that feels he's getting too old for kid stuff with a little bit of paranoia since he has a habit of spying on Nevercracker. He just worries that maybe the kid stuff needs to be put to bed, so you can empathize with him on that front. Even if it's not a major arc, it's a recognizable one we all went through at that age. Tweens would be struggling with wanting to hold on to the things they enjoy when they were even younger, especially if it can be seen as immature, or in the case of other kids, they see it as lame. Considering he still sleeps with a plush bunny, it makes perfect sense why he wouldn't want to show that off to the other kids around him.
Shit.
But he clearly shouldn't have this insecurity about himself, since the answer was always like what you like no matter what others say. Chowder is someone who lives by that mantra, as well as someone who has the right and wrong types of emotions at the same time, no matter the situation. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And possibly somebody's spirit animal growing up. He holds on to his childlike innocence in a way that helps DJ realize his insecurity, as well as being the biggest dork alive. My man's is out here with a cape without a sense of irony. He's found the secret to life and he is living his best one.
Whoa.
What do you mean by that?
Jenny is a very persistent girl that ain't too preppy that she can't run a hustle on someone.
Babysitter? Okay, let's cut the crap. Maybe the parents you work for left you $40 in emergency money.
These three are just pure fun together. Both boys have a crush on Jenny, which with Chowder being one means hell no, but damn if he won't try.
Fascinating, isn't it? Just sits there waiting. Mocking us with its wowsness.
Why are you the way that you are?
Jenny basically is the brains of the trio since DJ and Chowder together are only half a brain cell, especially with how competitive they can get just to get Jenny to notice them. Thankfully, her being smarter than them is able to keep them a little bit focused, but it does mean there's some growing pain. Those boys do be violating a bit with the energy they be coming with.
You know, there's a great taco stand near there.
I hate Mexican food.
Me too.
Having three white kids say this is absolutely insane. They aren't so smitten with Jenny that they can't get stuff done. It's played more as a skit rather than full hindrance, so you get a good focused team that can get sidetracked a little. Nevercracker is an old man that does the whole get off my lawn shtick, but for a good reason. At first you think he's just some crotchety old man that's too much of a recluse, but as the story progresses and you put the pieces together, you find he's not as bad as we think he is. There's a justified reason for his madness, and considering his house is turning people into food, I'd say Lil Sally can survive a bit of trauma.
Stay away from my house!
Jesus Christ.
The extras in this movie really help the world stick in your mind. The two cops are just so incompetent, and honestly, it was hilarious to see them get eaten. There's Z and her boyfriend Bones, who are the douchebags you just want to get killed off. They're just those awful teenagers in horror movies that justify the monsters. It is a small cast of characters, but they leave a good impression, especially as a town meant to be monster fodder. The great cinematography is legendary. Even at the first frame of the movie, it wraps you in with the atmosphere. This is the perfect film for the fall/Halloween season. The autumn colors just put you in the Halloween mood. There's this great sense of creep and eeriness when it comes to the unnatural in this film. It takes its time to build tension while keeping a quick pace, doesn't try stuffing the story with too much bloat, especially when it comes to fodder like Bones getting eaten. The animation and designs has this realistic yet fictional aspect to it. It uses motion capture with the models that pretty much were drawn first. As you look them in the face, they look almost realistic, but they feel way more like a cartoon character. It doesn't fall into Mars Needs Mom's Uncanny Valley territory. The characters move in a way that looks realistic, with a bit of jankiness that has more of a charm to it, which is much better than the mocap movies that were coming out around the time. The house is such a creative haunted house. The use of the floorboards and windows and furniture as organs just adds to the peril, which is really good in this movie. When the kids go inside the house and have to find the heart, I was on the edge of my seat. There are so many moments where I thought these kids were going to die. They don't shy away from putting these kids in absolute danger. These close calls are well done with the great animation. You feel the weight of these kids falling over or being flung around without it feeling cartoony. You're genuinely going to worry these kids ain't coming out of that house alive. The one shots they have in this I know must have went crazy in the theaters. Any of y'all who saw this in theaters, tell me in the comments how it felt to see this scene. My 12-year-old brain probably would have malfunctioned here. Overall, Monster House is definitely something I wish I saw back when it released. The atmosphere in this movie puts you right in the Halloween spirit. The main characters are fun goobers that may have simple kid problems for their arcs, but still have fun personalities and chemistry between each other, and still you can relate to them on some level. You laugh at the kids being incompetent, but fear the incompetence will get them killed. The neighborhood it all takes place in is not that complex or anything, but the residents make it something you're not gonna forget. The house is truly a unique horror movie monster that clearly stood out since people still talk about it to this day. There's a lot of creativity with this house and how it operates. I can understand any kids growing up that were afraid of rugs for a while after watching this.
Uh-oh.
I think I just shit myself.
It's not a reinvention of the wheel, but it certainly proved motion capture could work when done properly. Heavy emphasis on done properly. Oh, Lord! It's a great animated Halloween movie that became a modern classic for a reason. It definitely would have hit different for me if I saw it on release, but watching it now just makes the hype around it make all the more sense. Well, still except for this part. Again, even with this part in context, I still don't get why my mans did that. I know it's almost 20 years too late to say it, but Monster House is a classic that you'll want the deed to. Hey y'all, I wanted to take some time to do a spotlight of some indie projects and shows that are already out right now, because I really think indie is a very important thing that we should show our love and support for. These are projects that are made by people who are very passionate about the medium of animation, and we definitely need to give some type of support to them, and I just wanted to use my platform to give a shout out to a few every now and then. I'm gonna make it more means to put you in the know about these indie projects and shows that are out there for you to support. And man, do I got a special indie shout out for you guys. What makes it special? I actually got to work on it. The Three Tomes is an animatic pilot created by Brie Animator that focuses on witches, vampires, magic, and love triangles as a cherry on top. It weaves all this together following a black teen girl named Tammy who gets wrapped up in the supernatural when she comes across an unusual magic tome. Now she must navigate her changing high school life while dealing with escaped spirits. All while a mysterious figure and his vampire minions named Alonzo and Darius seek to take the tomes for their own nefarious reasons, as well as another vampire named Yogaya who has his own plans for the tomes, and potentially Tammy. Tammy is a shy character that has to find her inner strength to overcome all this magical craziness. Thankfully, she has her friends Sia and Shirley to help her out.
Sia, you should really be at home.
Anywhere Tammy goes, I'm going.
Thanks.
Mostly. It's a fun pilot filled with action, drama, romance, vampires catching bats upside the head.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
Oh, and did I mention it's anime as hell? It's got everything. If you like animes like Sailor Moon or Cardcaptor Sakura, this is right up your alley. And like I mentioned, I was part of the crew for this pilot as the animatic editor and sound designer. I got to see firsthand the dedication put into this pilot with the amazing storyboards and animation by this cast and crew. There's fun characters, an intriguing story, great music, and amazing art, all tied neatly together with teenage angst. So head on over to Brie Animator's channel and check out the Three Tomes pilot.